From Central Ohio's news leader, this is 10 TV News at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, buzz about the Buckeyes, from 10TV.com to the New York Times and countless publications in between. The news spread like wildfire. Ohio State head football coach Urban Meyer is retiring.
This is about celebrating a new football coach. This is about a very strong program and a group of players that just won back-to-back championships.
After the Rose Bowl, Ryan Day will take over. After that, a new day begins. Thank you for joining us at 5:30. I'm Tracy Townsend.
I'm Jerry Revish. 10 TV sports anchor Dave Holmes attended that news conference today. And Dave, this must have been a really big deal.
Well, it is, and I'm not going to call it surprising news because I think we saw this coming. We knew this day was coming, most likely sooner than later, but still, there is something odd about saying Urban Meyer, former head coach. But that will be the reality after the Rose Bowl. Urban will finish his career in the granddaddy of them all. After that, Ryan Day takes over the program, and that move is meant to bring stability and continue the legacy that Coach Meyer started. Urban admitted today this is not easy. I asked him about the emotions that he's feeling, if he ever takes a moment to soak it in and realize just what he's leaving behind.
You know, one thing I've done for 7 years is every time between the third and fourth quarter, when I hear "Hang on, Sloopy," I take my headsets off. If we're playing really well, I take off for a little while and really enjoy it. If we are not playing well, I give it a quick and then back on. Beyond all the stuff that you have to deal with, enjoy, pick a time during the course of a game and just realize what you're doing and enjoy it.
But now Urban Meyer will only experience one final game day with the Ohio State Buckeyes. But hey, if you have to go out, going out at your first ever Rose Bowl is not a bad way to ride off into the sunset, Tracy. So a sad day for Buckeye Nation, but he's very confident, Urban and Gene Smith, the athletic director, that Ryan Day is the man to lead this team into the future.
Familiar face for so many of us who love the Buckeyes.
It steadies the ship and the recruits and everything else. I think it's a very stable choice to make. And I think that's what they want to do, is continue the legacy. Jim Tressel took this program to great heights. Urban continued it, and they want to keep that climb going.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Good to watch. And coming up at 5:45, we're going to talk about Urban Meyer and his health. And we are going to talk about those issues which played a role in his decision to step down. Again, that's at 5:45. Jerry?
New at 5:30, the final member of a family charged in the Pike County massacre faced a judge this afternoon. Billy Wagner pled not guilty to murder charges for the deaths of 8 members of the Roden family in April 2016. 10 TV's Maureen Kosat was in that courtroom and tells us what happens next.
Well, like the rest of his immediate family, the judge ordered Billy Wagner held behind bars with no bond. Wagner held his head high as he strided into the courtroom and pleaded not guilty to murder charges. Wagner's attorney didn't fight prosecutors' request to keep Wagner behind bars until his trial. Wagner's wife, Angela, and their sons, George and Jake Wagner, are all charged with the murders. In April of 2016, prosecutors say the Wagners broke into 4 separate homes and shot and killed the victims in their beds. Investigators say custody of a young girl is at the epicenter of the motive for the massacre. The court has issued a gag order in the case, but 2 weeks ago, shortly after the arrests, 10 TV sat down with Billy Wagner's criminal defense lawyer, Mark Collins, who says he'll ask the court to move the trial outside of Pike County.
I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict that there'll be too much media attention, that most of the jurors have formed opinions or are too emotionally embraced in the case or involved in the case or have already taken sides.
Because these are capital cases, each defendant must have his or her own jury, and both sides must at least try to seat a jury in Pike County before the judge will even consider moving a trial. In Pike County, Maureen Kosat, 10 TV News.
School threats are a crime, not a joke. That's the warning tonight from Columbus Police. Officers say detectives have recently investigated threats made by students against other students and their schools. Several students have been charged with making terrorist threats and menacing. We asked police if there were any more details about what happened. Police said they want to highlight the behavior. Officers say all threats will be investigated and charges will be filed if warranted. The power of a performance.
And part of history still resonating today.
Does that make you nervous? No, ma'am. Does that make you nervous?
How laughter translated to lessons for Central Ohio students.
As we look out at today, not really what I want to file away in the memory books. You know, it was cloudy. We've had, a little trace of snow here and there. Now the lights are coming on, so at least it looks better out there this evening. But you know what? It is going to be cold after a nice warm-up, including Sunday's 66. We fell to the mid-40s yesterday, and today, well, way down in the 30s. And the courtesy of the jet stream, the courtesy goes to the jet stream. Thank you so much for bringing in that cold air. It is settling in around the region. We're not alone. But I tell you what, in addition to the colder temperatures, we're seeing a little snow out there. We'll talk about how much and how long. All coming up.
And next, an apology from Kanye West. The ill-mannered moment that has the rap star saying sorry.
You put in your time. You paid your dues. So don't settle for basic Medicare. With CareSource Medicare Advantage, you'll have the extra benefits you need and affordable fixed copays. No worries.
Don't worry.
This is so much more than basic Medicare.
Be happy.
CareSource Medicare Advantage has great features, even comprehensive dental, vision, and hearing benefits.
Don't worry. Be happy now.
Enroll now through December 7th with CareSource.
So, Abe, what are you going to do now that you're retired?
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've decided to have a gambling problem.
Stop. Nobody chooses to have a gambling problem. It's a disorder, not a decision, and it can affect anyone. Get or give help at problemgamblingohio.org.
Schrödinger is revolutionizing the way family and friends remember their loved ones. Our newest innovation is the Capstone Memory Maker, a touchscreen video recording kiosk that captures videos from guests at our visitations and funerals. Guests can record a video condolence, or even better, share a favorite memory or story. The Memory Maker could not be any easier to use. Simply press start and share your message. Why should you choose Schrödinger? No one creates more meaningful, healing experiences.
This is Angela Pace with a 10 TV community calendar. Drop off a new unwrapped toy at the Columbus Blue Jackets Washington Capitals game for the Big 10 TV toy drive. Log on for details.
Sponsored by Elk and Elk. When a trucking accident causes you serious injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
At Donato's, when we say we give you choices, we're talking choices for days. Crust choices, and meats, and cheeses, and fresh veggies. Over 30 total toppings. That's like a gajillion possible combinations. Sorry, we're not trying to hurt your brain with math. We're just trying to say we have a whole lot of choices. And really, no such thing as a bad one. Tell them, Jane.
Donato's. Every piece is important.
Now, get an extra cheese and choose pizza with your 2 favorite toppings for just $14.99.
Nothing impacts your home's comfort and value like structural issues. So for problems like cracks, settling, water issues, and more, call the experts. Here, that's Ohio Basement Authority. So don't wait for problems to get worse. Call today.
It's a year-end clearance sale at Logan AC and Heat Services. We're cleaning out our 2018 inventory, and it's your chance to save up to $1,500 on a train system. Take advantage of 0% APR for 60 months and next-day installation. Book your install now and get an air cleaner free. It's hard to stop a train. Find us on Google to schedule your free estimate or call now. The home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
We're a family.
IWU supported me just like my family does. We all earned our master's degree from Indiana Wesleyan University.
And we are shining brighter.
With a little help, your light can shine brighter than you ever thought possible.
As of today, the NYPD is taking another important step in public safety.
And that step is the addition of drones. The New York Police Department is rolling out 14 remote-controlled aircraft. These drones will be used for large-scale city events, hazmat investigations, and search and rescue operations. Police emphasize they won't be used for surveillance without a warrant, though.
He is the most streamed artist of 2018, according to Apple Music.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want
Oh, I know it's your jam. It's the song In My Feelings. It was one of several hits that propelled Drake to the top. His album Scorpion was the top album, and the song God's Plan was the most popular single of the year. Have you ever checked your cell phone when you probably shouldn't have? Well, Kanye West is apologizing for looking at his device during a Broadway musical. Actor Jared Spector tweeted in part, "If you look up from your cell phone, you'll see we're doing a show up here. It's opening night. Kind of a big deal for us. Thanks so much." Kanye responded in part, "Please pardon my lack of etiquette."
He didn't think they saw him, but they did.
Oh, busted.
Busted is for sure. Well, it's a condition that sent a top football coach to his knees.
Still ahead tonight, the health problems Urban Meyer is facing and how it can be detected in others. Mike?
Well, you know what? If you're looking for a day like Sunday, certainly wasn't today. Temperatures in the 30s across the board, low to mid-30s up north, 37 to 34 here along I-70, and only a degree or so warmer as you move to the south. And a lot of the country suffering from the same thing. In fact, right now, it's in the 20s at Portland and Minneapolis, just barely into the 30s at Chicago and Hastings, 36 at Bismarck. So a lot of cold places, 32 in Salt Lake City. What we're looking at is no big warm-up, cloudy and cold tonight, little light snow overnight, probably half-inch or less for us. Little light snow possible tomorrow as well, and then not much of a warm-up later this week, and we have a chance for rain or snow by Thursday. We'll talk about that and when we might turn it around again. All coming up.
And a big recall. You can check me out on Facebook on this. What it impacts your shopping list and dinner tonight. Several grocery stores, ground beef, a salmonella concern you need to know about before you cook.
Coach Urban Meyer is leaving the sidelines. Look back at his legacy, the early season controversy, and what comes next for the Buckeyes with new coach Ryan Day. Urban Meyer, end of an era. Tonight at 7 on 10 TV.
Hi, I'm Pete Scalia with Jason Mraz, doing some really cool things at Huckleberry House, giving back here in Central Ohio.
We'll see you tomorrow morning at 4:25.
Massey's Pizza is introducing the Coney Dog Pizza. It's like the finest Coney Dog you've ever tasted, and it's on Massey's deep dish crust. Massey's Pizza, the Cadillac of pizza.
With the Chase mobile app, Michaela de Prince could pay practically anyone at any bank, all while performing a grand jeté between two grand pianos. She could in a commercial. In real life, she uses it to pay her sister from her couch for that sweater she stained.
What sweater?
Life lived Michaela's way. Chase, make more of what's yours.
I was having issues with acid reflux, which became Barrett's esophagus. It got so bad that I was throwing up in my sleep. They sent me to Dr. Seaver, who said that I did need surgery. He explained to me that I could have the robotic procedure done. I've only heard positive things about it, so that was another deciding factor. I feel I made the correct decision by going with Adina. Dr. Seaver gave me my life back.
You can help Franklin County Children's Services make thousands of children's holiday wishes come true through Holiday Wish. With your help, more than 6,000 children who have experienced abuse, neglect, or other difficult home conditions in Franklin County will have a happier, more memorable holiday. Pick up your phone now and call Holiday Wish at 614-275-2525 or go to fccsholidaywish.franklincountyohio.gov. By granting a wish, you can put the sparkle and spirit back into the life of a child.
We love this town. It's nice.
There's like a peace of mind. It's fine.
It just feels safe and secure being in denial.
Living in denial works for me.
All the families in denial, they feel the same as we do.
Opioids? Not in denial.
No.
It doesn't happen here.
No.
My daughter is good friends.
My boys would tell me anything.
Exactly.
No, our kids are way too busy.
They would never abuse opioids.
He gets amazing grades. Welcome to denial.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about opioids.
Massey's Pizza is introducing Pizzagna. It's lasagna pizza. Ricotta cheese, pasta, sausage, mozzarella, and provolone cheese on Massey's deep dish crust. Massey's Pizza, the Cadillac of pizza.
Doppler 10 Weatherbug is sponsored by Kemba Financial Credit Union, a better way to bank.
10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda.
We have a special Health Source 10 report for you tonight. Urban Meyer says several factors led to his decision to step aside as head coach at Ohio State.
One of the reasons Meyer is retiring, he says, is his health.
I knew after the experiences I had on the sideline again and in 2014, just dealing with headaches, that I wanted to do Ohio State right and Gene Smith right. And so I would have probably thought not this year, but it was within the next few.
Instead, that timetable comes with a swift change, and Urban Meyer is citing his condition as a primary focus. Coach Urban Meyer blames an arachnoid cyst for causing him to fall to his knees on the sideline here. The pain just too severe. Ohio Health Neurology Chief Jeffrey Eubank, who is not treating Urban Meyer, says a cyst is a fluid collection somewhere in the body, in this case, the brain.
Around the brain itself, there's a thin covering called the arachnoid, and at times that arachnoid covering, rather than being just like a little saran wrap around the whole brain, sometimes it forms a little pocket, and if it forms a little pocket, the fluid in there is called an arachnoid cyst.
Dr. Eubank says most often, 95% of the time, in fact, these cysts are incidental. Discovered during scans, the symptoms depend on location and can include headache.
It's really a small percentage of these that actually give people problems. When they do have problems, problems can be headaches, less commonly even seizures, and if they get really large, they can press into parts of the brain and cause that part not to function well.
Now, there are varying opinions about treatment options for arachnoid cysts. Dr. Eubank says for headache, many patients do not need aggressive types of therapy. It can be managed with medical therapies alone. Now, for people with symptoms that can't be managed by medical treatments, surgical options are considered. As for Urban Meyer, tonight you will see a half-hour special on Meyer's career highlights and retirement. Join our sports team at 7 o'clock on air and online for Urban Meyer, End of an Era. Jeopardy will air at 1:37 a.m., so set your DVR.
New at 5:30, a stage play helped wrap up a tribute today to the civil rights trailblazer. Local elementary school students saw the story of how a little black girl named Ruby Bridges needed federal marshals to escort her to school in the segregated South back in 1960. It was part of a statewide tribute to Rosa Parks that I had the pleasure of emceeing today at the Southern Theater. The play showed the students why all children are just the same.
Kids don't hate.
Kids don't know anything about prejudice, skin color, black skin or white skin. With all that crazy stuff going on around us, we were just kids. And you know what? We liked each other just fine.
They were great in that play today. The play was part of a statewide celebration of Rosa Parks, who in 1955 refused to give up her bus seat to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama, sparking the birth of the civil rights movement.
They looked really talented.
They were. Just the whole ensemble, part of the Children's Theater Project down there on Park Street, you know, in the Short North, and they do a really great job.
That's great.
And I like that the kids don't notice any difference until somebody kind of imposes their beliefs on them. So that's very, very important.
They're not born with those prejudices or biases, you know?
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
It's learned behavior.
Absolutely. So, yeah, let's don't learn it. Right. Let's unlearn it. Let's take a look outside. You know what? We've unlearned that 66 degrees of the other day. Holy smokes, what a change. We went from really a nice spring-like day to feeling definitely like winter again. And on top of it all, in addition to it being fairly cold, there's a little light snow out there on live Doppler 10 radar, a little bit here in the southeastern part of Pickaway County, a good chunk of southern Ross County, northern parts of Pike County, and it continues off the east almost out of Jackson, heading over toward Athens and moving through the southern part of the state, where some of these areas could see between a ½ inch and an inch overnight tonight, and maybe a little bit more on top of it tomorrow. That's the heaviest it's going to get the way it looks. We should probably see less than a ½ inch here. So there's a little bit off to the north, but it's this stuff that's moving through southern Ohio that we're going to watch tonight. Back to the west, there's a little bit more, so we're not done. In the overnight, we'll have some light snow, same tomorrow morning, and then it'll taper into flurries by the time we hit tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, it was brisk day out there. 33 degrees. Winds are better, which is good. Out of the north at 6. Wind chill of 28. The winds are going to continue to die down tonight. Temperatures are generally in the low 30s with a few mid-30s sneaking in here. 36 at New Lex, 34 over at Logan, 34 at Zanesville. and 36 at Jackson. That's about it. Everybody else is low 30s, and some places barely hanging in at 30. Tonight, at least we don't plummet too much more. Cloudy and cold, a few light snow showers, about 25. There could be a light dusting on roads in the morning, so keep that in mind as you head out. So yet another dose of winter after teasing us back with that day well into the 60s. Some light snow both tonight and at times during the day tomorrow. Then high pressure builds in very briefly. Tomorrow night we clear up a little bit, becoming partly cloudy, another cold one, and by the time we hit Thursday, the next cold front moves through. That'll bring a rain-snow mix, and behind it, it will dry out, but it's going to be quite cold again as we head into the weekend. So as we look at things, you've got a little area of light snow here singing all the way down into the Tennessee Valley, all over Kentucky, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, so we're going to see more pass through the overnight hours. 11 o'clock tonight, you know, spotty stuff mainly to the south, a little bit way up along the lakeshore, and then through tomorrow morning, you know, it's just kind of scattered and hanging in there a little bit. So it shouldn't be bad, but it doesn't take much to slow things down in the morning, so keep that in mind to get your hump day commute off to a good start. Noon, it's just off to the east primarily, and then it comes to an end. We might get a few trailing flurries in the afternoon, but here at 5 o'clock, it actually looks like the clouds are going to thin a little bit. That trend continues into Wednesday night, and then Thursday, it looks like it comes right back. The big 10 TV toy drive coming up Friday, right here at 770 Twin Rivers Drive. Come down and bring a new toy to us, and we'll make sure it gets to a kid who needs it going into the holidays. So 24 degrees at 7, 31 at noon, 29 at 6. We will be out there all day to greet you, so please stop by and see us. So as we look at the next couple of days, you know what? We're looking at some inclement weather early Thursday. The mix comes through, 38 degrees for a high. Then it kind of moves on past us, and things quiet down a little bit as we get later on in the day. As we go into Friday, again, a high of about 33 degrees. The toy drive, the biggest thing going on for us, so come down and see us. Hopefully we're going to have a nice dry day. That's kind of the way it looks. And then as we head into the weekend, 34 on Saturday. Sun returns a little bit. It's going to be cold. Cold is the word that's going to be in this forecast for a while now, so do anticipate a cold run going all the way through the weekend. And then by the time we hit Sunday, a high of about 37 degrees. It does look a little bit better there, but the average high by then is in the low 40s. It's in the mid-40s right now, and we are not going to be anywhere near average through the course of this week. Doppler 10-day outlook. Temperatures, if you're looking for a turnaround, not much of one here. We're in the 40s for Thursday and Friday. Morning lows may be pretty close to 40 as well, so that's a bit of a bonus. But, you know, even one day can so spoil you. That was really something on Sunday. So I had some of the lights go out and I had to do a little repair. So I put them up a week ago and then corrected some things this Sunday. So, perfect day.
I have no words. I didn't do any of that.
That's
Good
okay.
for you, though.
That's all right.
Time now to check on the evening commute. We've been keeping an eye on this mess on 71 at 670. And it's still a mess. The traffic traveling away from the camera, northbound I-71, and the traffic coming toward the camera is southbound. It's slow in both directions. You can always find up-to-date information on the roads on 10tv.com/traffic and sign up for traffic alerts for your phone.
Well, it's no longer against the law to launch a snowball at a friend in a Colorado town. Little Dane Best helped rewrite the books after he learned that throwing a cold, snowy ball could get him into trouble.
An outdated law, and I want to throw a snowball without getting in trouble.
Outdated law, he said. Dane made a presentation to City Council, and they agreed with him. Snowball fights should be allowed. Dane says he now wants to run for office when he grows up. He had a plan, he took some action. Now he's destined for leadership.
That's amazing. You know, it's going to snowball for him. Now, that was a
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis. You guys have been hanging out too long.
That's great.
Well, guys, coming up at 6 o'clock, of course, Urban Meyer is retiring, and we already know who will lead the Buckeyes into a new era. Coming up at 6, we're going to go one-on-one with the new head coach and Urban, talking about the end of one of the best college football careers in history and what's in store for the Buckeyes moving forward. Plus, fans have a lot to say about the change. Hear the buzz from Sports Talk Radio as callers voice their opinions. Also, before his concert tonight, Grammy-winning artist Jason Mraz makes a stop at Huckleberry House to give back, and 10 TV is there. We'll see you at 6.
And next, does your family opt for a real or an artificial Christmas tree? The best moves you could make for the environment.
Christmas exactly 3 weeks away now, and we want to see your holiday lights with our Let It Glow competition. Submit your photos, and the 10 TV weather team just might do a live broadcast from your house. 3 finalists will be eligible to win tickets to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. You can sign up at 10tv.com/letitglow.
Do you have a Social Security disability claim which has been denied, or a workers' compensation claim from a work-related injury? Call the Social Security, Disability, or Workers' Compensation Lawyers at Elk & Elk. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries.
At Dr. Kavitko & Associates, we go above and beyond to make your visit calm and comfortable.
Many years ago, I had an experience with another dentist. The numbing started to wear off. I was told, I'm almost done, hold on, I'm almost there. At Dr. Kavitko's practice, they've been able to help me with that anxiety.
From a slight buzz to La La Land to wake me up when it's over, we have 3 levels of sedation, and we're certain one will work for you. And we're a one-stop office. Why go to a sedation dentist if they're referring you elsewhere for certain procedures?
Chris Spielman here for Volunteer Energy. Anytime you can save a little money, it's a good thing. That's why my natural gas supplier is Volunteer Energy. Volunteer Energy is still my choice for natural gas, but now they're my electricity choice too. And when you join our team, hey, the only change you'll see is the low rates supplied by Volunteer Energy. So tackle rising gas and electricity costs by going to volunteerenergy.com and get on our team. Volunteer Energy, my choice for natural gas and electricity.
The most magical time of the season to me is Toyotathon, with great deals on Tacoma, RAV4, even the awesome Camry, for you and your family.
Hi!
So, how can I help?
Now you can get low APR financing on your favorite new Toyotas, or get a great low lease deal. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com.
Here's your keys.
So how does...
Magic.
Toyota, let's go places.
Why would you bundle up in sweatshirts and blankets just to be warm in your own home? If inside your walls looks like this, or this, instead of this, then your house is too cold and costing you way too much to heat. This works because it's insulated, and our foam works the same way. It keeps the heat in and the cold out. Call now and get your whole house insulated for only $99 a month, interest-free.
USA Insulation.
If we want to stop cancer, why not use the body's immune system to fight it in new ways? If we want transplanted organs to thrive, why not convince the body they're compatible? If we want to unlock the mysteries of aging, why not look at them in a new way? At UPMC, we question everything. We are uncommon to the core. We are UPMC.
Everybody at Elk & Elk is trying to help injured people get their lives back on track.
I couldn't ask for a more wonderful team. I had 5 trucks to take care of and a family to take care of. They gave me the ability to start over again.
You're watching 10 TV, Central Ohio's news leader.
Check the refrigerators. A beef recall just got bigger. JBS Townsend Incorporated now recalling more than 12 million pounds of raw beef. The products include the brands Kroger, Cedar River Farms, Grass Run Farms, and JBS Generic. The meat was packaged between July 26th and September 7th. The recall is linked to an outbreak of salmonella that has caused more than 200 people to get sick, including people in Ohio. We have a product list at 10tv.com/featured links. Well, it's an age-old debate.
Real or artificial Christmas tree?
What are you guys doing out here today?
Cutting our tree.
The American Christmas Tree Association says more than 3/4 of American households put up a tree every year, but only 20% of them are the real deal. This year, a multi-million-dollar campaign is all about convincing customers to go all natural on social media.
I think it's the memories. I think it's the joy of, hearing Melania or Daniela saying, we're going to cut our tree.
What would a Christmas be without a real Christmas tree?
Well, there's the question. The American Christmas Tree Association says if you use your artificial tree for at least 4 years, it's more eco-friendly than a real tree. But at the end of the day, both account for less than 0.1% of the average person's annual carbon footprint.
Those real trees smell good, though.
They really do.
They fill the house.
But then when it's time to...
You got the needles and all that stuff to get rid of,
but,
right?
you know, it's still, I know.
Well, it's the start of a new era at Ohio State, though.
10 TV News at 6 starts right now.